and this is the thing that I'm going to say is Triple H's worst booking decision.
Can I take a guess?
Go ahead.
Subscribe.
Is it letting Bill Goldberg out of his contract?
No. So, 8 nights from now, we will have night 1 of WrestleMania. 8 nights from now, our main event is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Both very talented performers. I have zero doubt that they are going to have a banger of a match. Zero doubt.
Banger, after banger, after banger.
But Rhea cut a promo on Monday. Rhea was one of the hottest female performers going into Elimination Chamber. The crowd was eating up everything she said. There was little to no reaction to her on Monday. Want to know why?
Wow.
Charlotte Flair is not a face. She should never, ever be a face. You shouldn't try to confuse the audience ever by trying to make her a face. Remember when they tried to make her a face in 2018 at SummerSlam by having Becky Lynch beat her up after the match?
Yeah, and then we got the man out of it.
The audience doesn't like her. She does such a good job at it, and you hear some things behind the scenes, and it feels like that, it's not too much of a character. They don't like her. I realize that Ronda Rousey, said, hey, I need the month of January off, and that made them kind of switch plans. They could have done something different. We did get Rhea versus Charlotte a few years ago at WrestleMania in front of one fan, but the attempt to Charlotte a face before fell flat on its face. You ended up making Becky the biggest female face out there when you were trying to make her the biggest heel. And Charlotte trying to win over the audience while she's kind of sort of still being heelish towards her opponent, and then trying to talk well about the
What'd I do?
But basically trying to make her be heelish towards her opponent, but be kind to the crowd. Then you muddy it up even more, where Rhea is clearly, just a heel.
Mm-hmm.
She's in with the Spooky Pals, and you can't sit there
Spooky Pals
and make all the Spooky Pals faces right now, right? It wouldn't make any sense, right?
No, not at all.
You made it up even worse on Monday, where you have Rhea Ripley in the ring being a heel, cutting a heel promo, and talking about how she wants to make Charlotte Flair scared of her. Doesn't care if she respects her. She just wants her to be fair. And then you bring out Bayley. Bayley is also a heel. Like, it makes zero sense to me what they're doing. As much as I appreciated that Rhea, smacked the crap out of Bayley, and it was fun to see that and everything, but from a booking perspective, you got a heel on a heel on a heel. And because of that, the audience is going, wait, who do we cheer for? Like I said, I have no doubt Charlotte and Rhea are going to have a great match. But as far as the buildup goes, and as far as the booking goes, you have that as your main event, and the crowd is going to be tapped out before that match starts, and they're not going to care about that match until 15 minutes into it.
Yep. Especially if the rumors are
going to be happy about Sami Zayn and what happens to him. They better put that match early on in the night. or earlier on the night. It can't be the match on right before that, because otherwise Charlotte and Rhea are going to die the same death that Orton and Triple H died, or the same death that Chris Jericho and Triple H died.
My favorite part is fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Triple H should not be in the main event when he shouldn't be in the main event.
Right.
And it's funny, too, because if you remember, the WrestleMania 30 was another case. Because the fans were so out of it that it took them till halfway through the main event after The Undertaker lost it. But,
right.
Oh my God, I said Batista, Brock Lesnar.
Brock!
And like, the fans were great, when they celebrated, but like, come on. If the rumors matches for night one include Logan Paul and Seth Rollins starting the show, and then you're going to have the Hell in a Cell and the triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. And if you add Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going up against the Usos, what's going to be on night two? Oh, the best part is Brock Lesnar's probably going to have 5 Omos before it too. It is. I am sorry. Of all the matches that it could be, that is the match I am looking least forward to, and it has nothing to do with Rhea Ripley.
But the thing is, booking-wise, like, to me, it makes the least sense. Why did you sit there and try to make Charlotte Flair a face? They could have done this differently. They could have had Rhea go against Bianca.
Yep.
Then you wouldn't have that issue. You could have found a different face to go against Charlotte at WrestleMania. But I mean, again, some of this has to do with Ronda deciding she wanted to have a month off. But
it also, unfortunately, Jay, it also speaks volumes of the depth in the women's division of SmackDown. Because you have, at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley's the Raw star that's fighting for the SmackDown Championship, and you have 2 Raw stars fighting for the Raw Championship. So
right.
if they do have Rhea, she's going to move to SmackDown. The problem is that after Charlotte Flair, who are your other faces? And I hate the fact that I have to say after Charlotte Flair, who are your other faces? Because she, like you said, she's not a face. She should never be a face. But
never,
it's like it's Liv Morgan. Yes, I like Liv Morgan. She's a top face of the crowd. You didn't want to pull the trigger with Raquel Rodriguez, obviously. Natty Neidhart should not be fighting for either singles championship at WrestleMania. I am sorry. No disrespect to Natty Neidhart. And there was really nothing else she could do because I don't even know who else are the other faces. Tegan Nox just came back. Shotzi Blackheart, has she done anything relevant? That's the problem, is that they don't have anybody that they can step up and be a face on SmackDown. I mean,
specifically for this, because they like to bring in legends, they could have ended up using, whether it was Lita or whether it ended up being Trish Stratus, you could have brought them back to be the face for that.
Yeah.
They could have done something one-off. If you wanted, like, you could have had Lita in the Elimination Chamber win the match and have a title shot. So
Natty is the female Ziggler.
If they wanted to, I mean, you know me, I love me some Asuka. They could have kept her as a face. I love the new gimmick that she's got, though. They could have kept her as a face and had her be something, but, I mean, she's on Raw, so that is what it is. But I just think the whole dichotomy of this thing with Rhea and Charlotte and the fact that they involve Bayley in it, I'm like, I mean, watching on Monday, like, I was like, people should be crescendoing into, like, going, yes, I cannot wait to see this. They had the pull-apart brawl between Charlotte and Rhea last weekend or on SmackDown, and then you had the promo on Monday where, like, there was literally, like, no reaction. And that's because it's so murky, and Charlotte just is not a face. Should never
I agree.
be.
I agree.
So
I'm right there with you. I'm sorry. I am. I'm right there with you.
But that is why I think it's the worst booking decision. It's like, didn't you learn anything from SummerSlam a few years ago? Didn't you get the pulse of the audience? And usually, I think, for the most part, Hunter has felt it and understood it. And, you know, I think if things were a little different, I think we might have seen Sami Zayn as the champion. Because I know Triple H understood what was going on with the crowd. But plans were in place. I have no problem with them sticking to a plan if you're like going, you know what? It's a good problem to have when you have two baby faces that are really over.
Yep. I.e., when Hulk Hogan in the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, back at WrestleMania 6. And honestly, my biggest concern was, and it's not a knock on Cody. It's just that Sami Zayn got white hot when he did, was how was this going to transition when it was all said and done with Sami into Cody Rhodes. And my God, it has been
he and Roman must watch. They're must see TV. They really are. Every promo has been on point.
Cody Rhodes is now when I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. At the end of night 2, Cody Rhodes is going to be the man that he thought he was, that WWE didn't see in him in 2016, as he will be holding up both championships at the end of night 2. I am convinced of this. He is signed, sealed, and delivered. And the fact that they're saying that they still haven't decided yet, I find that bullshit. But that is just unbelievable. It's another master performance.
Yeah.
You didn't like the Stardust gimmick, so you left. And then you went and started your own promotion, and you couldn't get over there, so you left there too. Oh.
I mean, it's great stuff. It's cutting in, like, I mean, he's wrong in saying that Cody wasn't over in his own promotion. He was, but he decided he wanted different things because the crowd reacted to him loudly all the time, whether it was booing him or cheering him. But if he decided that, you know, he wanted to go heel and go renege on his promise to never go for the championship after it was MJF who screwed him, right?
Yep.
So
he didn't want to give it. Look at him. He's Homelander.
He is Homelander.
He's absolutely Homelander if Homelander's dad was Dusty Rhodes.
Baby.